It'll be Cupid's arrows flying, but tonight, instead of hearts, it's darts that will be bringing you. Feasting on this evening's meal for two, myself and Paul Nicholson, the asset. Luke Littler and Rob Cross playing in the first of the quarter-finals this evening. Paul, they've just completed the walk-ons. Littler looking confident, comfortable, but Rob Cross, well, he's had a very good week. You were there when he picked up that Players' Championship victory.
Yes, indeed, Murph. Welcome, everybody. Glasgow night 2. They're not used to having something this early in Scotland in a Premier League campaign. They're used to Glasgow being night 3 over the last couple of years, but you're right about Rob Cross. Winning an event on Monday and playing superbly, especially in his semi-finals and the final, to get a first ranking title of 2025, but a second title overall after winning on the World Series in January. Now he's looking to do what Littler did in 2024 by winning in a lot of consecutive months. But this is a great battle to start our second night of Premier League action live on the talkSPORT YouTube channel, because everybody's chanting the name of Littler and he's doing a little jig on the stage. But now the darts have to do the talking, and the big question, Murph, which darts will Littler use tonight? Will they be the dark version or the golden version?
We'll have a good look at that when the game gets underway. Littler, his story of 2025 so far, apart from, of course, the moment he became world champion, has been playing incredibly well and somehow losing, and that was reflected last week in the Premier League as well, when he faced that narrow defeat to Michael van Gerwen 6-5, looking for his first win of the Premier League season. It's only week 2, but Luke Littler will want to avoid a second successive quarter-final exit.
Yeah, you don't want to get off to a bad start. You want to get points on the board, and I think what last week in Belfast proved is that when Chris Dobey beat Gerwyn Price in the quarter-finals, you could see the relief on his face of getting his first 2 points, and he was able to get another win after that to make the final, where he would lose out to the eventual Belfast champion, Luke Humphries.
Well, let's just quickly let you know what's coming up this evening then. Rob Cross versus Luke Littler are about to get underway. The second quarter-final will be Michael van Gerwen versus Stephen Bunting. Then Nathan Aspinall faces Gerwyn Price, also a winner on the Pro Tour this week. Luke Humphries, the world number 1, up against Chris Dobey in the 4th quarter-final. Will, of course, bring you the semis and play down to a winner. And as this game gets underway, Paul, I have to ask you the question, who wins tonight?
I'm going to go with Price. I think this would be a really big night for Price off the back of winning his first ranking tournament in the PDC for about 18 months, even though he did win a couple of non-ranked events last year. This one's underway and Littler is using the golden barrels tonight. I spoke with his mum about 6 months ago, and after he went back to the darker versions of his barrels, his mum said to me, well, those golden ones are going in the bin. Well, apparently they're out of the bin to come out here this week.
So the price is right for Paul Nicholson. Chris Mason also part of our commentary team here on talkSPORT this evening, and Luke Littler lands the first maximum of the evening and might be about to do something that is Paul Nicholson's favourite thing. No, he's not going to throw an American football or get in a wrestling ring, but he might take out 350 and 6.
350 points and 6 darts. It can only be done one way, and Luke Littler's not going to do it. Just underneath the treble 20, but he does get 96 for his efforts to leave 74. Cross back on 210. Will be looking for a 174 to leave himself very handily placed in the top right corner. 80 with the first 2. Standard ton leaves him on 110, and Littler's going to be going for treble 18. Gets a small 18. 16 for tops for a lovely crisp start, and Littler takes a 1-0 lead in Glasgow.
He did throw first in this game, Luke Littler, so a hold of throw in the opening leg. Race to 6 in the quarter-finals. Cross finds a couple of treble 19s going down for cover. 1-3-4 with his opener in leg 2.
Well, Littler did not win a Pro Tour event earlier this week, but he was involved in some incredible matches, especially one with Gerwyn Price on Tuesday. They were both battering each other for 11 legs.
422.
Bevans, the referee that you can hear calling the action this evening. Littler back in the treble 20 with those shiny gold darts. Scores a 140 to put the pressure on Cross here. 2-6-1 Littler, Cross throwing first, 2-4-5.
Remember last year when Littler was doing pretty much everything on debut? As Cross scores for his first max, that's to settle for 123 in the last start treble 1. But one of the things he didn't accomplish last year was winning in Glasgow. So that eagle eye that he's got on that dartboard this evening in Glasgow, he's looking to get his first win at the Hydro.
That honour went to MVG, won a thrilling final against Luke Humphries. Rob Cross on 1-2-2, and he's thrown a dart at the treble 18 that's kind of blocked it. He needs that target for a go at the bull, couldn't get it. Littler does have an out. It's a big ask, but if anybody can, Luke Littler can. 1-6-4 on offer.
Yeah, 2 treble 19s. He's not going to get it just high of that requisite treble, but he gets it with dart 2. Big 16 with his last dart, leaves him handily placed on 72. These are the kind of shots that Cross is going to have to take. 74 was not taken by Littler in leg number 1, but Cross has got the treble 18. Double 10. This is it left. Crowd were booing him on the walk-on, but they're cheering that equalising shot on double 5 for a 74 checkout and a 1-1 scoreline.
Yeah, no Scotsman in Scotland this Premier League season. No Gary Anderson, no Peter Wright. Might do all of them, Paul.
Indeed. First time since 2010 that no Scottish player has graced Glasgow or Aberdeen. So these Scottish fans, who are some of the most raucous darts fans on the planet, they'll be wondering who to cheer for.
One apiece then in the opening quarter-final. The second night of Premier League Darts, brought to you by the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Join us for full coverage throughout this season as Cross hunts for a first max, can't get one. Gets himself down to 2-2-1. Littler on 309, starts on the 19s, hits a single, so up for the treble 20. 2 of those would have left a finish, but he could only manage one.
You can already sense that someone's going to get a 170 finish tonight. Dobey got one last week. I wouldn't be surprised if there were 170 checkouts every week leading up to the O2 in late May. But this mission of 8 players trying to get the top 4 spots by the O2 at the end of May, that's what they're trying to do in the next 3 months on every Thursday.
Yeah, if you did miss last week, Chris Dobey had a great start, runner-up. Luke Humphries got a 6-1 final victory to pick up the first 5-point haul of the season. Cross now 1-8, looking at treble 18 again. Just goes beneath it, but treble 20 will give him a shot on the bullseye. Finds the 60, the bull to break Littler, who can't look. And that's dead centre, bang, in the bullseye bed. And Rob Cross with some high voltage darts gets the first break of this match with a fabulous 1-2-8 finish.
Yeah, it really was fabulous. Hitting bullseyes is always a great thing, but when you hit the middle, it feels even better. The confidence of Cross is really evident right now. It will be swollen by the fact that he's already won a professional tournament this week. But you do see sharpness from players in the first few weeks of the Premier League, but it's a marathon, not a sprint.
And there was conversation about Rob Cross. He got in the Premier League by virtue of his world ranking. But there were a few people that were saying, had he dropped out of that top 4, he might not have been in.
Many people said that. And if you look at Dave Chisnell, for instance, he was high in the rankings. He didn't get in. This guy forced his way into the top 4 in the world by winning the World Championship. And he's forced a 180 there till he's 222. But Cross, undeterred, on 2-6 looking to bounce back. And he leaves 128 again.
Yeah, they're starting to really feed off each other here, Luke Littler and Rob Cross. Can he make it back-to-back 1-2-8 finishers? Maybe even back-to-back bullseye finishers. He's done it once, Cross steps forward to try and do it again.
The way Littler's been rolling, Cross hits this. It's the same spot on the single 18, just underneath, 60 for the bull. There's the treble 20. Bring on the second 1-2-8, if you please. And he misses on the left-hand side to hit a 14, which ironically leaves his favourite double 18.
88 for Littler to break straight back, single 20. Misses the big 18. commits the cardinal darting sin and doesn't get a dart at the bullseye. Cross returns for his favourite, but he's been let off the hook there.
And he hasn't been hitting that treble 18 so far, Murph. So the adjustment on this 18 bed might have to be a little bit higher than usual. It's perfect. Middle of the bed for a 3-1 lead against Luke Littler. Now, they played 5 times in the Premier League last year. Littler won 4 of them. The majority of those wins yielding ton-plus averages. Cross with only 1 win against Luke in this kind of format. He's looking to get his second here tonight in Glasgow.
And it's a shoddy start, this, on Littler's own throw. Only 45 in leg 5. Cross straight in the treble 20 as well. For the second week running here, Littler facing the prospect of an immediate exit from a Premier League night.
One thing as well, he's only had 1 dart at a double. This is now leg 5. Cross has had 5 darts at a double. And you can't afford to give him, in this form, shots at any double, because he is one of the best finishers in world darts. Littler is the best scorer in world darts, and he's not getting enough chances, so this is a worry.
Rob Cross in control at the moment. Can Littler loosen Cross's grip on the game? Littler through first in this leg, and on 2.55 he's only 6 points ahead of Rob Cross. That changes straight away with Cross in the treble 20 bed. The next start, it's a single 20. Rob Cross shakes his head and says rubbish. I'd hate to see him good, averaging 110.38 in this match.
These are the standards that he's living by at the minute. Littler's trebleless from 255. Only gets down to 196. Cross is already on a finish of 161, and this is on the Littler throw. Things are very, very bright for the man in electric blue and black. Treble 18 and a single 19. He's on 185.
89.
Goes downstairs and leaves 72. So 196 Littler. He's looking for a max to leave a small number, and he only gets a ton. So Cross can get to 4-1 here with 2 breaks.
72 the target for Rob Cross to lead 4-1, and would be throwing in the next leg first. Treble 20 was the target, missed it. Now down for 16 to leave himself on his beloved double 18 for 4-1, and it's there, dead centre. Rob Cross has Luke Littler in a whole heap of trouble here in the first quarter final. Well, Luke Littler could be heading home before some of the Glasgow crowd have even taken their seats.
Yeah, this is now a worry, isn't it? Week 5 last year is where Rob did beat Luke Littler. And he's not slowing down, he's actually getting better. The average climbs above 110, and this is something he can maintain.
180 to kick off for Rob Cross, who is in complete control of this contest. Littler having a good look around. He looks a little lost on the stage at the moment, looking for some support.
59.
Cross though can't back it up. Now is there an opening here? Littler's going to have to act, and he's going to have to act soon.
He's had some comebacks in his short professional career, but doing it against someone who is in the confident mood that Rob is in, the way he's playing, this is a very steep mountain to climb, possibly with ice on the ground. 98 from Cross to lead 164. Every time we look at the score sheet here, Murph, Cross is ahead. He's getting a lot right here so far.
And he's getting 6 darts from finishers, isn't he? Leg after leg, he's in that position again, because Littler can only leave 180. So 164 for Cross. Starts on the treble 18, finds it. Does he fancy this? Well, he's gone for the treble 20. Couldn't find it, but he does land a bedfellow in the 18s to tee up double 18.
I absolutely adore the way he just did that. Started on the 18s first, he gets the treble, then he realises if he doesn't get the treble 20, he can go back to the same treble to nestle one in, to leave something that he hasn't missed. Double 18 again. He's missed it now, just high. Dart number 2 after a little readjustment is found for 5-1 Cross. 1 leg away from the semi-finals. Rob looks irresistible.
Yeah, well, it's the original instant world champion, isn't it, against the new world champion, Rob Cross. Who can forget that story when he went from amateur to world champion in the space of a season. Luke Littler, the hottest name in darts, the one that many would have paid their money to see, has his feet now planted firmly on the tungsten trapdoor.
There was some vigour in that last dart from Littler. It was almost angry. He leaves 3-1-7 after 6. Cross 3-6-1. Hasn't put a foot wrong in this game.
Let's just tell you as well, Luke Littler is shaking his head as he walks back from retrieving his darts, just with an expression of confusion.
He's probably starting to think, why are people doing this against me? Well, when you're world champion, you do have a target on your back. And when you are the most talked about dart player on the planet, you have another target on your back. He might as well be at the circus, he's got that many targets on his back.
And he may be about to lose with another 3-figure average. He's around the 101.5 mark here. Yeah, a lot of that is just scoring, but that's been the story of the season so far for Luke Littler.
He's got an opening here, 177 left, and Cross is outside of a finish on 204. 98 from Littler leaves 78. So at least this time, he should get another dart at a double. Cross starts downstairs on 204. The first time, he's had a bit of a lacklustre visit there. He's left himself on a bogey number of 162.
Yeah, and did you see Littler's expression, Paul? Well, he's going for the double 12, having found the treble 18. He used the guide expertly. A rather sort of theatrical, ironic celebration for Littler. He knows he's still up against him here. Gestures to the audience, still being the entertainer. But is his evening going to be over after this leg? Rob Cross 5, Luke Littler 2.
Nothing is certain until you get that last double hit. Everybody knows that. And that's the greatest thing about this sport. Littler won't give up. What's he doing here? He's got a 180 that had a dart at the top of the 60, one in the middle and one at the bottom. They were in a perfect vertical line, and his expression has just changed. One of, I'm not done yet. 5-2 down. And with Cross getting a 134 to leave 307, what's Littler got in the armoury now? It's not going to be a 9-darter.
Yeah, and he's way off on the treble 19, having blocked the treble 20. Good cover though for the 18s. 2-2-8 Littler. Cross, who threw first in this 8th leg, on 307. So a couple of trebles, and he will be down to a finish.
Yeah, Luke, who lost last week against Michael van Gerwen with the second biggest Premier League losing average ever of 113.91, only usurped by a certain Philip Douglas Taylor, who lost to Barneveld with 115 plus a few years ago. He leaves himself on 170, and he might have to take that out, Littler. 5-2 down with Cross on 210, who's looking to leave a better finish than the one that Littler has.
Paul Nicholson alongside me did predict that somebody would reel in the big fish and take out the 170 this evening. Littler wants it here. There's one treble 20. There's another. Here comes the ball. Oh, he's just missed it. And that could be the last chance he gets.
It really could be. 117 for Cross to put Littler in the Premier League bin for the second week in succession from round 1. Is it his turn? He gets a 60 and a 17. Rob Cross has a match start for 6-2 at double top. He's being heckled from back to front in Glasgow, and he misses tops by a centimetre low.
Yeah, the cheers mean they want the game to go on. The 25 remainder from Littler is of course 5 double 10, and he takes it, and it's game on in quarter-final 1. Well, thanks for being with us here on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Please do subscribe, bringing you coverage of the Premier League Darts throughout the season. And Luke Littler might be staying around a little longer tonight than we thought just a few minutes ago. He's off with a maximum again.
This is amazing resilience from Littler, but Cross is back at him, trying to get a 180 himself, and he does. Astonishing standard from the 2 first quarter-finalists on the stage at the Hydro.
A response on a response. Littler can't carry it on. Can Rob Cross tease the prospect? There's a lovely prize this year, isn't there, Paul, for a 9-dart finish?
He's in with dart 4 but not 5. It's not as if these dart players need anything else. They do get very well compensated for being in the Premier League.
The solid gold darts have been offered.
Well, Peter Wright will be furious. The 1 year he's not in the Premier League, and there's a dart that he's never thrown that's actually on offer.
He probably would throw it as well, wouldn't he? Well, 164 for Luke Littler to close the gap to a single leg. He'd have taken that 5 minutes ago.
He took out 167 earlier this week against Gerwyn Price to keep that match alive on Tuesday. 164, can he do this one? Got the 60. He's got the old school route here.
Only just as well, right in the top corner, but the treble 18 couldn't be found, so Cross gets another chance. It's 126, only needs one treble when he comes back for this one.
He's had one match start and a 117 combination and missed tops low. 126 is not going to leave tops. Single 19 leaves 107. So treble 19 for the bull is not going to be found. He has left himself on a 2-darter where Littler already resides.
And for the treble 16 gets the single 12 then to tee up tops, and in it goes. Luke Littler is on the comeback trail here. Rob Cross has the darts. He really needs to get it done in this leg. 5-4 up, but he was 5-1 up. Luke Littler has reeled off 3 on the spin.
Something I noticed at the end of that 9th leg there, Murph. One, just how vicious he threw that last dart at tops, which registered, and then a flick of the eyebrows to the crowd as if to say, did you like that? Well, they didn't like that 140 start because they used to see maximum starts from him.
4 out of 6 on the doubles. Luke Littler, one of those is at the bullseye as well. 140 leaves 361. Rob Cross gets one in response to get himself down to 264. Both averaging well into the hundreds. 103 Littler, 104 Cross, but that will be inflated with another maximum for Luke Littler in this match. 7th of the game, but he's knocked down to a finish crucially.
Well, this is an amazing game. Both averaging 104, both hitting 140s for fun. Cross on 124 for the match to win 6-4, but Littler 181 after 6 has been crushed.
Well, if he could get a 180 on 181, he would have got one. He went down for the treble 7. He's hit 5 of the 7 180s, but here it's 1-2-4 for Rob Cross. As Paul said before, he's missed a couple of opportunities in this range already. Need treble 18 and then would need the bullseye, and he can't get the former, so can't get a chance at the latter. If Littler carries on finishing, it's going to be 5-5.
And he has the darts in the last leg if he gets there. 14 for tops. Double 10, trusty, but missed it this time. That was his chance to equalise at 5-5, and Rob Cross on 61 has got a chance to put Littler away.
Got to avoid the bullseye if he goes that 25 bull route, and he does. 25 found. So 36, exactly what Rob Cross would want. He steps back, that allows the crowd to whip themselves up into a frenzy in Glasgow. Littler can't look, he turns his back on Cross, who faces the dartboard, misses one outside. One more chance for Rob Cross, and he gets it sandwiched between the dart and the wire.
Cross is livid. Double 10 for Littler. Of course it's found. It's 5 legs all. An enthralling first quarter final in a Premier League where the average age is just under 33. It's this young man who's brought that average age down, but he's at it again. 2 treble 20s and starts with a 177. Astonishing comeback. If he gets out of this with a win, his confidence is going to sail away.
And now it's Rob Cross who's looking crushed, isn't it? Absolutely crushed. Can't say he's not had his chances, Paul. All those match darts missed.
3 darts, 2 at double 18 and 1 at tops earlier on. Cross is flagging, leaves 4-5-8 after 3, and Littler after 6, using the darts very well, leaving something 230 points better.
It looked like he would be leaving Glasgow early, but now it could be Rob who's crossed off the list. 2-8 for Luke Littler. Rob Cross back on 401 after a couple of visits. And the crowd starts singing There's Only One Luke Littler. Well, they'll see him again surely now. He didn't look that way for most of this match. What a comeback from Luke Littler, who's had to ride his luck, but he's taken his chance as well. 88 for the match when he returns.
I think we now know who the crowd are going to get behind, and his name is Littler. 88 for the match. Littler hits treble 16, misses the dart and tops for the match, but he is able to do what Cross could not, and that's finished the job. 11 incredible legs, Chris Murphy. What a start. to the Hydro. Week 2 has already delivered, and there's still plenty of games to go.
Yeah, how on earth do we sum that up? The winner of the next match will face Luke Littler. We could have Van Gerwen against Littler against Stephen Bunting, the opponent for MVG, coming next. Nathan Aspinall against Gerwyn Price, and Luke Humphries against Chris Dobey. But I mean, your task with it, Paul, just very quickly, how on earth do you sum up that start to the evening in Glasgow?
Well, Rob Cross did everything right apart from finishing the match off, but when it came down to the fact that Littler was vastly behind, he said to himself, I do not want to leave Glasgow with another quarter-final defeat, and his expression changed. When he knuckled down and he got that first start right, I want to see his average for the last 5 legs, because he was on fire.
Well, stay with us here on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Michael Van Gerwen against Stephen Bunting coming next. And when it comes to the Darts Premier League, the last thing you want is an online mishap throwing you off your game. That's where NordVPN Threat Protection Pro steps up to the hockey. Think of it as your personal referee, keeping dodgy websites, malware and phishing scams from sneaking into your setup. It even blocks those pesky ads so you won't get distracted mid-leg. Go to nordvpn.com/dartsvpn and get 2 years plus 4 months free and a birthday deal. It's a risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Van Gerwen, Bunting next. Do stay with us.